If you think the government should do something about the cramped legroom on airplanes, you've got a friend in a federal court. The U.S. Court of Appeals in Washington, D.C., on Friday ordered aviation regulators to consider setting minimum standards for the space airlines give passengers. This is the case of the incredible shrinking airline seat, Judge Patricia Ann Millett wrote on behalf of the three-judge panel. As many have no doubt noticed, aircraft seats and the spacing between them have been getting smaller and smaller, while American passengers have been growing in size. The court found in favor of Flyers' Rights, a nonprofit advocacy group, which had argued that steadily shrinking legroom and seat size created a safety hazard and the Federal Aviation Administration should impose new restrictions. The issue of airline passenger legroom has boiled over this year as some carriers said they plan to add more seats to planes. American Airlines in May announced it would shrink the space between most rows to 30 inches, 76 centimeters, on its newest Boeing Co. 737 MAX jetliners, while later dropping a move to cut the distance in some rows to 29 inches in the face of criticism from employees and customers. Flyers' Rights argued that the average seat width has narrowed from approximately 18.5 inches in the early 2000s to 17 inches in the early to mid-2010s. In recent decades, the distance between seat rows, known as seat pitch, has gone from an average of 35 inches to 31 inches, and as low as 28 inches at some airlines, the group said in the suit. Can airlines really do that? Bumping into law? Quick take. While the FAA has contended its standards for safely evacuating an aircraft are adequate, U.S. lawmakers have grilled members of the administration and airline executives on the issue at several hearings this year, and some have drafted legislation to address the issue. The court said the FAA had used off-point studies and undisclosed tests using unknown parameters to justify its initial refusal to review the rules. That type of vaporous record will not do, the court said. The combination of less legroom and larger passengers has created a safety hazard, Flyers' Rights argued, making it more difficult to exit a plane in an emergency and heightening the risk of deep vein thrombosis, a potentially fatal condition of blood clots in the legs that has been associated with longer flights. We're really gratified, Paul Hudson, president of Flyers' Rights, said in an interview. We hope the FAA will now take it up as a proper rulemaking. Airline stocks poised for worst month in a year on fair outlook. Airlines for America, a trade group for the large U.S. carriers, said in an email it was not involved in the suit and referred to FAA for comment. The FAA said in an emailed statement that the agency does consider seat pitch in testing and assessing the safe evacuation of commercial passenger aircraft. We are studying the ruling carefully and any potential actions we may take to address the court's findings. The long-term impact of the court rules remains unclear. It stopped short of ordering FAA to create new rules, so the agency could conduct a review and decide not to act. In a statement last May, the agency said it had already conducted evacuation tests on the smaller seat configurations to ensure they are safe. The agency has no rules on seat width or the